I was just at my mom's house. She got her bathroom remodeled in the house that I grew up in, so I went over and saw the new bathroom. Beautiful. And then we also played a board game. It was like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's about trains. I haven't really found a wine that I like yet. I'm 22, so I'm just kind of like not well versed in the alcohol world yet. And I also did not drink until I turned 21, so I'm just trying stuff, you know? The orders have been pretty slow. As far as like physical items go, I just get a couple here and there so I can easily like crank them out and they don't pile up or anything like that. But I've been selling quite a few patterns recently, so that is pretty much keeping me afloat. I got an order for a top. I have to start making some sweaters and cardigans to put up on my website. I'm making socks. I tried making socks. I think I have made like in total like 5 socks. So like 2 pairs and then 1 sock, and then I didn't want to do the other one. I used to stream at my desk, which is this one in the back. But I am actually streaming off of Cesar's computer now. I have a very bad concept of time and how it moves, and like especially since I started working from home, because I'm like, what day is it? I don't even know, because I just wake up, I do the same thing every day, go to bed whenever I want. Facebook is where the gatekeeping grandmas roam. You're totally right. Over here. Just for you. Just for you. The foot stuff. There you go. Look. You want a bone? Stay there so the people can look at you. He wants to sit in his beanbag until I want him to sit. Oh, you guys can see him right there. Yeah, I always count in my head because I'm like really good at tuning him out. So I can literally just like turn off my hearing and count in my head. Just like in everyday life, he doesn't have to be gaming or anything. He's talking constantly. Like he's constantly just spitting words out of his mouth. So I've gotten used to it, and I only tune in whenever he's like specifically talking to me, you know. So if he wants me to listen, he's got to say, "Hey, babe," you know, and then I know like that's my cue. I need to start listening to what he's saying. Cause like most of the time he's just like freestyle rapping in the background, you know. We're both pretty sure that he has undiagnosed ADHD. We met at work. My wrists don't hurt whenever I'm crocheting because I've been crocheting for so many years. My wrists are very used to it, and I've like built up resistance to it. I only use the Lily Sugar and Cream whenever I'm making like specifically crop tops with cups and stuff. But if I'm making a top that like goes all the way around the back, like the shell tops that I made, not my design, I bought the pattern from somebody. My grandma, she has a ton of quilt squares that were made by my great grandma. So sometimes we take those quilt squares that my great grandma made and we find the ones that match, and we pick some other ones that they go with, you know, and we lay them out, and then we quilt them to make them into the finished blankets. And then other times we go through, she has a lot of quilting books, and we find some patterns that we like, get the fabric that goes with them, and then we cut out all of the, you know, triangles and squares. And we bought the fabric, and then we started cutting them out. And then after we had cut out so many of the strips, she went to the sewing machine and she started sewing them while I kept cutting them out. And then I was like handing her them pinned together so that she could just keep sewing. And then I would take the ones that she sewed and I would start ironing the seams down. It went pretty fast. And also it's just great to spend time with my grandma, you know. The thing that I usually do that is the most helpful is that I pin the quilts for her, because we lay out the backing on the ground, right? So get it all flat and nice and spread out. And then we put the batting in, which is like the stuffing, and then we put the quilt top on, and then I take safety pins and I put them in like every square foot, sometimes closer together than that. So I have to crawl around on the ground and put all the safety pins in. And it's hard for her to do that anymore because of her knees and stuff. I like being good at things, you know. Usually when I'm good at something, I keep doing it. So I started crocheting and then I was like, I like this. And I kept practicing and I was like, oh, I'm getting pretty good at this. And then I was like, I just never stopped. Basically, you know. You get so good and then people are like, oh, can I buy that from you? And you're like, oh, yeah, sure. And then more people are like, well, you should sell those. And then you make more, and then you buy more yarn, and then you make more, and then eventually you just have a whole business and you're working out of your house, and then crocheting is your whole life. Monster Moonbean, have a lovely night to you too. Thank you for being here. I'll probably go live again on Monday, but as always, I post on my Instagram story before I go live. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go to bed soon also, so you won't be missing out. But I finished one top and I got 2 cups done on my other top in 2 hours. That's pretty good.